I asked Zico for his 4-4-2 formation tactics guide. And not only did he give me the player selection and instruction, but he also gave me some advice and tips to adhere to when playing the formation. And because I'm a really generous guy, I've come here to share these formation tactics with you. Now mind you, I was very skeptical about this guide at first, not because of the 4-4-2 formation itself, I use that a lot, but because of the players that he selected for this formation. But after getting over 19 wins and 1 loss, I finally accepted the greatness of these tactics. Now it's important to mention that I have built this squad almost identical to his, because I have the squad depth. If you do not have the squad depth, just copy the playstyles and use the exact same instruction and you should be fine. We're using the Fabio Capello manager and we're playing the long ball counter playstyle. It's the best manager in the game and the best playstyle in the game. By the way, if you missed out on Fabio Capello, there's a new manager in the game with the exact same playstyle and the exact same link-up play, and that's Niko Kovac. Just go and sign him now. Alright, for the goalkeeping position, he's using Peter Schmeichel, which is a defensive goalkeeper, but you guys know how much I love the offensive goalkeeper. I have opted to go with Van der Sar here. I don't really think this matters much, just go with what's comfortable with you. For the left back position, he's opted to go for a right footer in Philipp Lahm. Now, I was very skeptical about it because I prefer to use a left footer like Sylvester who can swing in crosses, and I asked him about it, and this is what he said.
His weak foot is very high.
Now, in case you didn't hear that correctly, he said his weak foot is very high. I didn't know this before, but after he told me that, I went to check Philipp Lahm's weak foot, and it turns out he actually does have a very strong weak foot. So I trusted his judgment, put Sylvester on the bench, and brought in Philipp Lahm for my left back position. This formation gets a lot weirder from here, but trust me, it works. For the right back position, he's opted to go for a defensive fullback in Bergeron. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but I don't have that player, so I decided to go for a different defensive fullback in Costa Cota. Now, normally for our centre-back pairing, we pair a build-up centre-back with a destroyer centre-back, but he's done something quite different. He's pairing a build-up centre-back with a defensive fullback. I'm not sure what the reason is, and I didn't ask him, but if I'm to guess, I would say he's doing this because of the speed of the defensive fullback. Again, weird, but it works. So for our selection of the defensive fullback, we're going with Lilian Thuram, and for our selection of the build-up centre-back, we're going with Rio Ferdinand, identical to how he has set up his. Coming to the midfield position, he's playing 2 orchestrators, and he's playing both of them as centre midfielders. Basically, he's not using any defensive midfielders. See, I told this formation is going to get a lot weirder. I actually asked him about this decision, and he said he uses this because he's very comfortable with defending. So if you're not comfortable with defending, he recommends you pair an anchor man with an orchestrator or a destroyer with an orchestrator. But in my own experience with the formation, I found that pairing both orchestrators together is actually very good, as long as both orchestrators can actually defend. So for my orchestrator pairing, I'm going to be picking Andrea Pirlo and Ballon d'Or Rodri, but instead of playing both of them as center midfielders, I'm going to be playing both of them as defensive midfielders. For the right midfield position, he went with Josh Best, who's a prolific winger. Now, I do have Josh Best, but I don't have the position training to make him play right mid. For that reason, I'm going with another prolific winger in Lionel Messi. Both our left mid position is going to be identical because he's selecting a whole player in Nedved, and I have also selected Nedved as well. For his forward, he's going with 2 goal poachers in Cristiano Ronaldo and Luis Suarez, and he told me personally that Cristiano Ronaldo is very important for this formation because of crosses and headers. What I can deduce from that, for those of you that don't have Cristiano Ronaldo or don't have a bullet header, is that you need a center forward that is tall and can win headers for that position. So I'm basically going to replicate his forward and select Cristiano Ronaldo and Luis Suarez. Now, something I found odd is that he doesn't use link-up play, and when I asked him about it, this is what he said. He said, cross is not always the solution. Control is the best thing that can be. I'm not gonna lie, he was spitting with that one, and for that reason, I have decided not to turn on the link-up play. But I'll suggest that if you're a Division 3 or Division 2 player and you're trying to get into Division 1, you should definitely turn on the link-up play for extra added advantage. Coming to our bench, we're going to select players voided of how he has selected his. So I'm only going to choose players that I'm very comfortable with. First, we're going to select 1 build-up centre-back and 1 destroyer centre-back, in the off chance that Lilian Thuram proves unresourceful. For our build-up centre-back, we're going to choose Virgil van Dijk, and for our destroyer centre-back, we're going with Alexandro Nesta. Next, we're going to select 1 defensive fullback, and we're going with Sergi Borjan. Normally, we would use Costa Cota in this position, but we're already using him in the right back position. For the midfield substitute, we're going to select an anchor man for times where we need to see out the game, and for this position, we are selecting Patrick Vieira. Next, we'll select 1 box-to-box midfielder that can also play as a defensive midfielder, and for this position, we're selecting Clarence Seedorf. Next, we'll select one whole player and one prolific winger for our right mid and left mid replacement. And for the whole player, we're going to select Ruud Gullit, and for the prolific winger, we're going with Gareth Bale. Now for our forwards, we're going to pick one goal poacher and one fox in the box. For our goal poacher, we're selecting Erling Haaland, and for the fox in the box, we're going with Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Then we'll pick one deep line forward and a blitzcaller. It doesn't matter the playstyle of the blitzcaller, it's just really important if you have a blitzcaller in your team. For the deep line forward, we're going with Pele, and for the blitzcaller, we're going with Kylian Mbappe. And lastly, you know the team is not complete if we don't have emergency Cola. He's always the icing on the cake. So we're just going to select Cola and bring him in. So the player selection is complete. Next, we're going to assign match roles. For this one, just select who you're comfortable with for whatever position you want them to take in game. For me, I like a left footer to take my left corner kick and a right footer to take my right corner kick. Short free kick taker is going to be Lionel Messi, and penalty taker is going to be Cristiano Ronaldo. For players to join attack, Rio Ferdinand 1 and Cristiano Ronaldo 2. Now that the match roles are assigned, all that's left is the instructions. Now Zico uses just one instruction here, and he tells one of his orchestrators to stay behind while attacking. That's, he gives them the defensive instruction. And that's it. That's the 4-4-2 formation guide from a top 100 player. Shout out to Zico for providing the tactics on this one. I was very skeptical at first, but the tactics proved very resourceful. Look, I keep giving you guys elite tactics and you guys keep winning. The least you can do is leave a like. Also, I'll be covering more tactics from pro players in the future, so if you want to see more of that, hit the subscribe button and stick around. Click here for my 4-4-2 formation gameplay guide, and click here for my 4-2-2 formation guide. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.